Welcome to the tale room where betrayal isn't just discovered, it's documented. This is the story of how I caught my girlfriend lying to my face, followed her GPS, and uncovered a truth so disgusting ... it broke everything. But I didn't just walk away. I made sure she felt the same pain, and worse. I met Nicole 2 years ago at a corporate networking event. She wasn't supposed to be there, neither was I, really. I only went because my best friend pushed me to be more social. I hated that kind of scene, fake smiles, overpriced drinks, and people pretending to care about your job title. But she stood out, not in some flashy look-at-me kind of way. She had this effortless calm, like she knew who she was. Confident, funny, smart. We ended up talking for hours, skipping the small talk and diving straight into stories about college, childhood scars, even our worst fears. It felt real, and in today's world real is rare. We started dating a few days later. The first year was great. We moved in together after 8 months. Everyone said it was fast, but it felt right. We split bills, cooked together, binge trash TV. She worked in corporate marketing. I was in different worlds, but we respected each other's space. But then, something changed. It started small. Missed texts, late replies. Suddenly, late-night projects at work became regular. She started coming home exhausted and distant, cold. I told myself it was stress. Her job was brutal, and deadlines were always crushing. But deep down I felt it. That subtle shift in tone, the forced laugh. The way she pulled away when I touched her in bed, and then there was her phone. She used to be careless with it, leaving it face up unlocked. Now it was always upside down, on silent, notifications off. Bathroom trips included the phone. Even in the shower I'd hear it buzz behind the curtain and her voice saying, "It's just work." But I'm not stupid. One Thursday night, I was on the couch finishing up a project for a freelance client. She came out of the bedroom in this tight black pencil skirt and a silky blouse I'd never seen before. Makeup done, heels on. "Late meeting," she said, grabbing her purse. "The client's in town. Dinner and revisions at 9:15 p.m. She gave me that look the one women use when they're just on the edge of being offended. The "don't question me" or your controlling glare. "I'll be back late. Don't wait up." And just like that, she was gone. I sat there for a full 10 minutes, staring at the door. My gut screamed that something was wrong. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't insecure. I just knew. So I opened her iPad. Yeah, I know, privacy and all that, but I had to be sure. And thank God she was still logged into her iCloud. I opened Find My iPhone. Her pinged, but it wasn't anywhere near her office. It was moving fast toward the north side of town. That's where the fancy restaurants are, boutique, hotels, art galleries, private loft rentals. My heart dropped into my stomach. I clicked on the ... She was at the Sterling, a luxury apartment complex way too expensive for either of us, and she'd stopped moving. I stared at the screen for a long moment, then grabbed my keys. The drive took about 25 minutes, but it felt like 5. My hands were clenching the steering wheel so hard, my knuckles turned white. My mind spun in circles trying to come up with every possible innocent explanation. Maybe she was meeting a client who lived there. Maybe it was a friend from work. Maybe I'd get there and feel like a complete idiot. But then I pulled up to the Sterling and I saw her car, parked right out front, in the guest section. There was no office building here, no restaurants, no signs of a client dinner. Just sleek glass buildings with dim golden lighting, luxury cars in assigned spots, and people coming and going with gym bags or dogs on leashes. I parked across the street and sat in silence. Her location hadn't moved, still pinged in the building called Alder Tower, Unit 415. I stared up at the windows. I couldn't tell which one was hers. Just a row of perfect boxes lit with soft light. It felt like I was looking at another world one I clearly didn't belong in. And then, I saw her. She stepped out onto a balcony, barefoot, wineglass in hand, still wearing that blouse. She was smiling, not texting, not emailing, not buried in client revisions. Smiling, and right behind her, stepping into the light, came a man. Tall, athletic, shirtless. He wrapped his arms around her waist and kissed her shoulder. She leaned back into him like it was the most natural thing in the world, like it wasn't my girlfriend of 2 years. Like I didn't even exist. I didn't move. I didn't scream. I didn't hit the gas and drive off. I just sat there watching. Every second stabbed a little deeper. After maybe 10 minutes they went inside. I could have confronted her then and there. I could have banged on the door and demanded answers. But I didn't, because I knew one thing. Screaming gives them control. Planning gives you power. So I pulled out my phone, took a screen recording of her live location, took a few photos of her on the balcony, zoomed in, got his face, got hers. Then I drove home, didn't say a word. When she got back around 1:30 a.m., said she was exhausted and needed to shower. I just nodded, pretending I'd been asleep on the couch. She kissed my cheek like nothing happened. I let her because, now, I had a plan. The next few days were hell, but I played my part. Loving boyfriend, slightly distant, maybe, but nothing too obvious. I waited, let her keep lying. Let her feel safe. I even encouraged her to go out again the next Thursday, another late-night client. She looked at me for a second, a flicker of guilt, maybe, then nodded. Yeah, Big pitch coming up, I smiled. Kill it. That night, I followed again. Same place, same man. This time, I took video from across the street, them kissing in the elevator. Her with her arms around his neck. 2 days later, I was ready. The next day, I called my buddy Malik. He's a videographer, shoots weddings, promos, super discreet guy, the type of friend you can trust with secrets and cameras. I didn't tell him everything, just enough. You still have that long lens DSLR, of course. I need you to help me catch something clean, quiet, professional. He didn't ask why, he just asked for the address. We set it for the following Thursday. Meanwhile, I started building the exit strategy. Nicole and I shared a lease, joint account. She still had some of her stuff on my Spotify and phone plan. I needed to unravel it all quietly. I created a new bank account in my name only, transferred my savings, talked to the landlord about taking over the lease solo, removed her name from my credit cards, changed all my passwords. Then I started collecting ammo. I went through the iPad again and found synced messages from her Instagram DMs. Most were innocent, but buried in a work chat group was him, Liam, flirty comments, inside jokes. One message stood out. Greater than God, I hate lying to him. I feel like I'm living a double life, lol. Yeah, so do I. Thursday night came. She left at 8:45 p.m. dressed just like before. This time I didn't follow. Malik did. He had his camera, his stabilizer, and a parked car ready across from the Sterling. An hour later, he sent me everything. Footage of her parking, her buzzing up to his apartment, them laughing in the lobby, like teenagers, a slow zoom shot of them kissing. On the balcony, crystal clear HD Betrayal. The next step, exposure, but not just to her. I remembered how proud she was of her online image, the curated life, the filtered couple pics, the fake date night posts. She wanted everyone to think she was perfect, classy, loyal. So I made sure the people who mattered really saw her. I created a fake Instagram account, username The Real Nicole with a blank profile pic. I uploaded the video from the balcony, the screenshots from her DMs, the GPS, footage of her live location. Then I followed her co-workers, her family, her friends. Her boss didn't post it yet. Just let it sit because I had one last step. Friday night, I made dinner, candlelight, her favorite Thai takeout, played our playlist, set the mood like nothing was wrong. She walked in, smiling. Wow, what's the occasion? I kissed her forehead. Just wanted to appreciate you. She beamed, sat down, told me she was burnt out from work, that the client was demanding as hell. I nodded, smiled, poured her wine. Halfway through the meal, I asked, "Hey, can I ask you something?" Of course. You ever lie to someone you love? Her face went pale. She blinked too many times. Why would you ask that? I slid my phone across the table, opened the video, muted, but clear. Nicole, Liam's balcony, laughing, arms wrapped around him. She didn't touch the phone. She just sat there, mouth open, silent. You left your iCloud logged in on the iPad, I said. I saw the messages, the location, everything. Tears welled up in her eyes. I can explain. I stood. You don't need to. It's done. I walked to the bedroom, grabbed the box I'd packed earlier, and dropped it at her feet. Your stuff. You're staying with Liam now. Don't come back.